Hey guys, it's your boy M.K.S back with another video finally. If anyone's followed my channel by now, they would know that I record quite a lot of videos. I normally record at least one or two a day, especially when I'm bored or whatever. It's nearly 10:30 and I haven't recorded any videos, so I thought I'd try and have a bit of fun talking about football again. I didn't talk about a lot of things I want to talk about, like things about Asia, like famous Asians or things like that. But anyway, I know yesterday or last night in some of my videos I said I was going to try and avoid, at least, I hope I didn't make a promise that I might not be able to keep, but try and avoid the 30-point list videos that I do. But from tomorrow I'm probably going to go back to those at least a little bit. And again, I think I did mention I'll probably mix up a bit and try and have like some where I do 30-point lists and some where I do regular videos. I won't say regular, I mean, or spontaneous videos where I don't sort of list them. Anyway, so I thought I'd talk about, like, I'll say, as the title suggests, Dyslexic Guy comes up with ideas for Italian football and Celtic, and I suppose one of those ideas is for Italy and Celtic to network together, which I've talked about before. But so I'm hoping that would be like a mutually beneficial thing, and it would benefit. Hopefully, it will benefit Italy by Celtic, like, kind of helping them to practice, including like all possible Celtic fans playing football with all possible Italian fans, or all possible people from Italy, and like at youth level especially, practicing. So hopefully that will help them to practice more, which will hopefully make them better. And that includes from the top league, like Serie A, all the way down to park football or grassroots, if you like, whatever you call it. So hopefully that will benefit all of Italian football and help Italian football to be as successful as possible in European and international competitions, which I hope for, and also like help the national team, because hopefully again more practice will help the national team, especially if young people are practicing more. Hopefully that'll make them better. So hope for Italians to practice as much as possible, and again build connections with as many other countries and teams as possible, especially Celtic and like France and Ireland and countries like that as well. Again, I'd love to have like a network between Italy and France as well, where they look at what they have in common, like put their rivalries aside, and have like they look at how they're both Mediterranean nations, both from both are republics as well, and both have the tricolor flag, or a tricolor flag. Anyway, and so obviously it's got to be well, I'd like it to be to a mutual benefit. So it would benefit Celtic because they'd obviously also have more practice, and hopefully, and again including at youth level, and hopefully become the best they can be and win as many trophies, and all being well become Scotland's #1 team in terms of trophies, excuse me, victories and things like that. And of course, victories and trophies and things that are what a club normally looks for, or a national team normally looks for in sports or football. Most fans, I'm sure, want their team to win trophies. I was thinking, like, I thought this video I'll make it a bit more. I'll try and make it as fun as possible and be like spontaneous and not be too planned. I did sort of think through it a little bit, but not too much. But I was thinking like how Chelsea originally, and then with Abramovich, and then Newcastle, then Man City, and now Newcastle look like they might be bought by overseas owners, and there's a lot of talk about how Saudi Arabia is said to have bad human rights, and some people are saying Newcastle shouldn't. Apparently, even some Newcastle fans themselves are saying that Newcastle shouldn't accept owners from Saudi Arabia because of the human rights violations and things like that. But I think that I understand it would be a dilemma for Newcastle. And obviously, their fans just want to win trophies, and I heard a lot of their fans talking about how for them it's just about winning trophies and not about the politics or whatever. So I was thinking, like, if there were overseas owners, excuse me, or even Italian owners like politicians or businesses, which might not be the most ethical, but they bought Italian teams, I wonder if, or even Celtic, I wonder if that would be, I wonder if the price would be worth paying for bringing trophies, which is one of the main things, although I do want to also help people as well. And I hope that I can help Italian clubs and Celtic to become financially stronger. And I don't know if other fans or the clubs themselves would agree, Celtic itself or the Italian clubs or whatever would agree, or the national team with about my some of my ideas. Like I lost my train of thought. Sorry. Sorry, I was going to say something. I forgot the train of thought. That was embarrassing. That's really annoying when that happens. But yeah, so I was saying about how. Anyway, I'll try and move on. But yeah, so I was thinking about like sponsors and how sponsors. Like I was walking past where I live, like a place that does schoolwear and things like that. And I was thinking about like sponsors of football kits, and especially including for young people and children, or children and all that. Like if schoolwear companies could sponsor football kits in Italy and things like that, or maybe other companies as well. But I wonder if any company outside of Italy would want to sponsor Italian football. Obviously, like a schoolwear company in England might be less likely to want to do that sort of thing because of obviously it's from England. So, but to try and encourage companies to do so as part of their PR, and I'm hoping like making videos like this. I've talked before a little bit about, but making videos like this, and also like people making websites and sharing those ideas, and also making their own YouTube channels, Twitter, Facebook, and other such things, helping Italian football to go trending, can help with. The more people mention it, hopefully will help the brand value. I'm not sure if it works like that. Maybe I'm being naive. I don't know, but sorry about that. Everybody knows again. Yeah, try and make it as fun as possible. Like so. Anywho, yeah, tomorrow I'll probably go back to some of the 30-point list videos that I do because that sort of helped me to focus. But again, I want to mix them up, so some will be. So I want them to be as different as possible, not always talk about the same things. If I can help it, try and vary it and make it flexible and things like come up with hopefully interesting new ideas and all that sort of stuff. Hopefully ones I can actually remember. I remember my chain of thought, but so annoying when that happens. Sorry. But yeah, so I'm hoping like that will help the brand value. Again, I might be being naive about if it goes trending and people talk about it more, will that increase the brand value? As ever, I'd love to hear your thoughts, opinions, ideas, questions, suggestions, feedback of any nature, any points, especially positive ones, but even negative ones, welcome. Hopefully they'll be positive, so the best to last. And especially if you're an Italian fan and or Celtic fan, like what ideas do you have? Yeah, I want to probably shout out to some Celtic channels. Actually, I'm not connected to them, but Ryan118 is one, and I think it's 67 Hail 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 Hail. Is another channel that deals with Celtic, and that's when Celtic won the Champions League, and is the only Scottish team to win the Champions League. So I'd say I'd love Celtic to win as many trophies as possible, become the number one team in Scotland. And again, I'd love Italian teams to become the number one in terms of the number one league in terms of winning trophies in Europe and internationally. And again, I love them to network together. I hope to remember more of my ideas, and I'll probably include more tomorrow. And I've just remembered one of the things I was going to say is I've got this idea to deal with when I was drinking out one of these Disney mugs. I've got an idea for like Disney sponsoring Italian football, but like I don't know how much detail should go into it. But I'm gonna hopefully on Sunday share it with some of my friends on Facebook, friends and family, and so forth, and see if I can copyright the idea as well. Promote that idea about Disney doing some sort of sponsorship deals with Italian football and of course Celtic as well. Which obviously will hopefully be mutually beneficial for Disney and Italy and Celtic, respectively. Anywho, it was a bit annoying that I forgot my idea, what I was going to say, my other idea, but I'll say I'm hopefully going to remember to share that Disney idea in the future and maybe look at if there's a way like to copyright the idea, because I'm always paranoid about like sharing ideas I can't copyright. And some of my footballing ideas, I think, in terms of strategy and structure and different practices and all that, I'd love to share them on YouTube, but I'm always like paranoid about obviously you can't copyright football ideas, and like if the opposition knows you're going to play that way, then they can easily challenge you. So anyway, I think this video's gone on for long enough, so I'll probably post in the comments section any ideas I forgot. And again, I'd love to hear any thoughts of yours. I am out. Peace and love.